So we're here, ready to start our 4th term now. Unprecedented, I think. Yeah, I can't remember any other 4-termers, not in modern history anyway. We've got 60.6% of the vote and 81% overall, so let's start the next term. Post-election reshuffle? No, pretty happy with the cabinet, and I'm sure they will reshuffle themselves if the past 3 terms have anything to do with it. GDP maxed out, health maxed out, education slipping a bit, we're still up there, way higher than when we took over. Poverty did start to rise last term, see if we tackle that. Crime, almost non-existent. Unemployment is stubbornly staying at a very similar level. Russian ships approach. But this keeps happening with ships and planes. We have to look at military spending, but we need to make sure we ended up with a small surplus at the end of the last term. Now we've got 2.35 billion. If we go and have a look at our current popularity, it's amazing. And if we have a look at our debt, it is starting hopefully to drop soon, because I think we're peaked. We've not quite reached 2 trillion yet, so hopefully we never get there. Expenditure on UBI has increased massively. It's now bigger than state schools, and it is still not popular with voters. If we go and have a look at the legacy welfare policies like child benefit, massive support. Disability benefit, massive support. State pensions are actually quite unpopular now. Possibly people are starting to come around to the idea of UBI in a small way. You know, it's unsurprising it is taking many years to get that into the public consciousness, just because it's been a post-war settlement, the normal benefit system, but we have managed to reduce bureaucracy. So let's see where we can go from here. We want to keep paying down the debt and see if we can get a hold of things to move UBI further on. Now, we've got 20. Selling citizenship seems really popular, but I feel that's a step back in the wrong direction. And childcare provision would be quite good. We do need to try and get something sorted with rare earth metals, which is very popular as well, but we need some more support for that. Ooh, what can we do? If we give away money or print more money, that's very popular, but it's probably going to cause us other problems. Tax credits are very popular, but also very expensive. Ooh. Let's see what we can tweak down here. So our expenditure at the moment, UBI is taking over. Social care spending is low. If we increase it to medium, we're seeing some effects. Even if we maxed it out, it would cost another 10 billion. Health would improve, demand for that would go down, but possibly social care isn't even popular policy with the voters actually, so tobacco tax, totally not popular. Payroll tax, only 6% support. Pretty much any of the taxes have got next to no support, which, given that's the majority of our income, can be a bit of a problem. Automation tax, only 1% popularity. If we increase it, as automation increases, it is getting better for us in terms of what it will give us. But at the moment, can we do something that doesn't cost a lot straight off the bat to give the public what they want? They love the police force, but we're maxed out on that. Press freedom is very high, which increases democracy, and we like. And it doesn't cost anything. Ooh. And it's very popular with the voters. Freedom of the press is a freedom of communication and expression through electronic and published media. If we push that up higher, corruption decreases, that's good. Democracy increases. Liberalism increases. Let's go for it. Freedom of the press. We're already quite high, but let's go higher. sex work legalisation, it's only 61% of the popular. Firearms laws, strict controls. The more we increase that now, though, the more we actually increase crime, even if we do decrease violent crime, probably through the trading of weapons. We've got 14 left. Community policing's at the maximum. CCTV cameras. Reduces crime. If we improve that to a facial recognition system, the Liberals aren't as happy, but crime does decrease further. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Body cameras. If we increase that, it doesn't cost a lot. Put it onto the maximum. Liberals are happy. Checks and balances. Conservatives less so. State employees less so. Trade unionists. But it decreases racial tension and corruption. What's not to like? Let's see where that leaves us. Denying responsibility for the economy. We're taking responsibility for the economy. End life recycling law. One of the downsides to consumer society is that many products tend to throw into landfill at the end of their life. One solution is to encourage people to recycle, but recently there's a push to place this burden on manufacturers of large domestic appliances, giving them the legal duty to take back their old products and recycle them. Yeah, save the environment. Capitalists aren't as happy, environmentalists are. Erica Scott is feeling like she might be on the way. Bureaucracy again, we're getting close to that. UBI is decreasing it. Cannot thank the government enough for organ donation. We've got that on presumed consent at the moment. If we actually increase that, universal, no opt-out. That seems a bit illiberal. But if we upped it to the maximum, without making it where you must, lifespan increases, health increases, so let's go with that. It only costs slightly more, and it's popular. Consistently we've had headlines about how popular it is. 81% of the vote, cabinet's trustworthy, global economy's in deep recession, but we still have a surplus, so that is good. The debt is starting to go down again from its peak of 1.99 trillion. Fantastic. And even though the global economy is literally the worst in living memory, we are still managing to go on and have our flagship UBI policy. Now, foreign investor tax breaks aren't popular at all, are they? How can we reduce bureaucracy? State housing is not at all popular. It does help level things out until we can keep getting UBI up there, doesn't it? We want to focus on clean energy, absolutely. Space program is still taking full effect. Carbon capture and storage, again, want to leave that alone because the environment. Science funding's at the maximum. Debt interest 3.8%, a far cry from the 8% it was during the first term, which is good. Climate change adoption fund. It's a big spender, and we can't actually raise it at the moment because of the political capital required. High-speed rail is at the maximum. State schools 62% popular. UBI 7%. State health service not as popular as it used to be. Technology colleges very popular. Doesn't look anything really obvious here to cut bureaucracy in terms of income. Plastic bag tax, it's at its minimum. Do we raise that? Raising that will get us an extra 75 million in income and help the environment. Let's go with it. Speed cameras, scourge of people. But They're not very popular with voters either. Toll roads are very popular, but we've maxed them out already. Alcohol tax, not popular at all. But because alcohol consumption is so far down, it doesn't actually raise an awful lot anymore. Airline tax, it's at 15%. We've never really tinkered with air passenger duty. We raised it to 22%. Tourism would be affected, GDP would be affected, air travel reduced. We really want some of the higher impact policies. Military spending, we could increase a bit, but the military costs us a lot. Capital gains tax. It's currently at 11%. It's levied on non-salary income such as stock market and share dividends. It is historically very low. If we raised it from 11% to, what can we get it to, 23%, we'd get an extra just shy of 3 billion. 11% to 23%. Socialists would like, capitalists wouldn't. Equality would increase, which was a biggie for us last term. Socialism, wealthy don't like it. GDP takes a slight hit there, minus 0.5%, but I think it's probably worth it. So let's go with that. Alright, let's see where we're at. 10 LGBT play. Why not? Political easy win? Yeah. Why not? 10 Denny plays. It's good to be cultured. Liberals are happy, religious not as happy. 94% popularity now. Our popularity is going up. Global economy is still in deep recession, but our small surplus has now doubled to 5.84 billion. We've added way more activists. This is going well for us. Debt continues to be paid down. We've got 21 now, so political capital is increasing. Banning coal is getting more popular. Crypto taxation, not popular at all. Health tax credits, married tax allowance, packaging tax is really popular, as is a plastics tax, but both do affect GDP. But they're really popular with voters. Should you give the voters what they want? Would give us a bit of income as well. Let's try it at a low level, I guess. Packaging tax. Popularity with voters, very popular. Environmentalists happy, the environment benefits. GDP goes down 2%, everyone's income goes down effectively £101, but we get 2.26 billion. 2% hit on GDP is a bit, but it's really popular with the voters. Let's go, but let's leave it at medium, I would say. And at the risk of going too crazy, plastics tax. We know we've got a problem with plastic waste. Environmentalists, the environment, but oil demand goes down, income and GDP. Let's have a look at that. Again, raises a very similar amount. Just over a 2% hit on GDP. We're going to have to be careful here, but it does help the environment, which is one of our big concerns. Let's leave that at medium as well, and then see where we're at. Argentina keeps doing this. We need to learn, don't we? We need to try and get this extra money in to fund the military. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria is over. New inventions in medicine have reduced dependence on antibiotics. Fantastic. Internet crime, however, is starting to spiral up. We've got a budget of surplus of 11.44 billion now, which is fantastic. We're getting even more popular with the voters. The economy's in deep recession globally. We've added way more activists. This is going touch wood, as perfect as you could think. National debt is falling faster now. We don't really want to implement any more policies without being able to sacrifice some policies, because if we do, we'll end up with some kind of bureaucratic nightmare. What can we do over here on immigration? Citizenship tests are at a minimum. Probably want to leave that there. Diplomatic service, we're very diplomatic, although it's only half the country agree with us. Military spending, this is possibly where we want to improve things eventually, but we want to pay down the debt for a bit. Tourism ad campaign is already at the maximum. Nuclear weapons, always controversial. Don't want to grasp that at the moment. Immigration rules, we need skilled. With a job offer. Open borders. Would improve our foreign relations. So if we go from skilled, to the maximum of with job offer, because we're struggling to fill jobs at the moment in this country. So patriotism goes down a lot. Liberals and ethnic minorities are happy and foreign relations improve. Let's go with that. Import tariffs are at maximum levels, which has a negative effect on our unemployment. We probably need to leave them where they are at the moment. Border controls, could take them up to biometric checks, or we could lower it to random passport checks. Now let's leave that where it is at the moment. Now over here, genital mutilation ban, heavy fines, imprisonment. So at the moment it's banned. Heavy fines, imprisonment. It would cost us more, but does take us more towards equality, particularly gender equality. Liberalism, the conservatives and religious sections, however, aren't as happy with that, but it's the right thing to do, so let's go for it. Family planning is high. If we make that even higher, it doesn't cost a lot, it does decrease the population slightly. Liberals like it, boosts education, health and gender equality. Let's go with that as well. Ban second home ownership. It's not popular at all, but it's helped solve a housing crisis. Social care, family planning, food stamps are already at the maximum, completely popular with people. Food is a basic right after all. Tobacco awareness campaign is 50-50. If we put it up to the maximum, would decrease tobacco usage further, helping to have less burden on the health service, so let's go with that. UBI is over there. Winter fuel subsidy. Now this is one technically that we can get rid of, I would say, but we need to have higher capital, because we want UBI to fully replace that. State housing is another one. It's not actually that popular, state housing, with people. UBI is placating these things. The gig economy, however, is taking off. environment, still a big problem. Alright, let's see where we're at now. Keep rural banks. Yeah. Not everyone has access to the internet. Some people prefer going to banks. Let's force them to stay open. Capitalists aren't happy, farmers are. Luddite riots nearly on our hands. Causes wages going in the wrong direction and industrial automation. Yeah. So investment in highways seems good, but we should. Well, planning laws need to be strengthened. If we can do, we will do that. Budget's in good shape. Getting more activists. Popularity still at 94%. Global economy is still in deep recession, so we are doing really well at the moment. National debt is falling. Hopefully get our AAA rating back soon. Now, if we have a look, some of these unpopular things. Winter fuel subsidy, not as unpopular it seems, but state housing. Now we've banned second home ownership and we've repurposed the economy a bit. Do we cancel it? UBI, we're putting UBI out there as a solution to a lot of this bureaucracy. It says we're heading towards bureaucracy. Poverty has increased recently. UBI helps put it back down, but it is back up, particularly with sales tax up there. If we have a look at UBI, how much is it to raise it up to 9? And that decreases poverty. So we could do a trade-off here. 32 billion. Let's take state housing. If we sell it off, private housing will become more popular. Save us a couple of billion. Winter fuel subsidy we can't cancel at the moment. But if we go on UBI, which we are spending quite a lot on, we can at least put that 2 billion in. We've currently got 12 billion surplus. That's while the economy's in the doldrums. If we fund it a bit more, if we add 4 billion roughly to it, it's low, but we're moving in the right direction even though it's not very popular. Capitalists don't like it, socialists do. Poverty will decrease, which will hopefully offset some of the effects of cancelling state housing. Wages increase. Charity decreases. Membership, mental health increases. Let's go with that. Right. Recreational drugs tax. Not popular at all. School vouchers. Right to privacy is really popular. We need privacy from both government and corporations, despite the fact it was having profits and law enforcement. It's certainly something for us to have a look at. It's definitely, let's see where that leaves us. Ban face recognition in public. Advancing AI result in cheap practical ways to recognise faces. Should we stop? No, allow face recognition, that's fine. Crime decreases, capitalists happy, liberals less happy. Erica Scott is still wavering. Bureaucracy is teetering on the edge there. We're getting more popular again, we're adding more activists, we've got a surplus 10.67 billion, which is good, even though the global economy remains in deep recession. Does look like it is picking up slightly now. If we're paying off the debt in deep recession, that is a good sign. 28 now. Can we get... We still can't get rare earth metal mining. Doesn't quite work saving up political capital, but I wonder whether not doing anything this term will actually push us closer. Driverless car laws. 28. Driverless car technology is booming. Manufacturing encouraging the government to allow them on the road. It will make things safer and more efficient. Doesn't cost a lot. Let's go. Can have them everywhere. Motorists happier, commuters happier, technology increased capitalism. It's happier, we get more automation, which makes UBI feel comfortable doing that now we have UBI. So let's do that and see where we're at. Dean Scott isn't happy, he wants gated communities, that's progressive. Unemployment is going up, which is bad. Crypto crash led to a bubble. Internet crime is on the rise. We have a surplus, could consider reducing taxes. We're paying off the debt though. Poll rating of 96%, getting better and better. Way more activists again. Deep recession in the global economy, but it did look like it was picking up last time, which is good, so hopefully that does continue. Now, UBI is nearly about to overtake the health service in how much it pays, but with increasing unemployment, feels like the right thing to do to add more onto here. So for 3 political capital we could take it up to 42.68 billion. Put another 6 billion in, which is basically half our surplus, which hopefully starts mitigating the rise in unemployment caused by automation. So if we can get that to a high amount whilst using 3 political capital, which is easier said than done. 42.5 billion decreases poverty further. Positive effects, let's go with that. Then let's see where we're at. Expand public rights of way. So we build more houses. Once open land is becoming closed off. So much of our country is now private property. Access to countryside is worrying restricted. Does it really matter to a farmer if a few hikers occasionally cross their land on a designated footpath? That's important. As long as they're sticking to the rules, let's expand rights of way. Socialists are happy, farmers not so. Car emissions limit is damaging the car business. They're telling us, make cleaner cars. Polls 96%, everything's going great there. Global economy is now just in recession, not deep recession. And we've got a small surplus, but it does mean we do keep on paying down the debts as the economy picks up. So we're heading in the right direction. We've now got 35 political credit, which is one of the most that we've ever had, to be honest. What can we do? Public services. Tax is not popular, but we can't have second homes anymore, so those health tax credits will be popular. Internet tax not so much popular. Luxury good tax is getting less popular. A religious tax. The economy. Cap CEO pay. Mandatory micro generation. Helicopter limit automated trading. A Mars program. Unemployment goes down and it is going up at the moment. It's very popular. Rare earth metal mine. This is the one we've been waiting for though. Rare earth metal prices down, technology up, environmental starts happy, productivity goes up, and it's really popular. I think we need to do this. We've been waiting for this for so long. So let's implement it. Widespread extraction will force down rare earth metal prices. Capitalists happy, technology is boosted, productivity is boosted, environmentalists aren't as happy with it. But that is what we should spend our surplus on at the moment, I think. Oh no. Minister's gone. Who's gone? Foreign policy. We've had more self-reshuffling than any government in history, I think. Foreign Office. Oh, Joel Clark looks good. Let's go for him. Cabinet restored. GDP, health, education maxed out. Poverty has come back, but its decrease in unemployment is going up though. It's offset by UBI. Global economy is still negative. We've got a small budget deficit of 700 million. See if we can get that back up. Bureaucracy is a risk still. Hovering around. Expenditure. UBI is now a massive expenditure for us. The most expended thing, if that is a word, on here. What can we have a look at? Social care is not an overall very popular policy. Subsidies. Don't want to see food prices go up massively. Do we need grants anymore? I mean, they're really popular. Space program, really popular. Electric cars, really popular. Debt interest now only 3.5%, which is good. Don't want to put any new policies in and increase this bureaucracy. Let's look at what we've got. National Business Council, people are happy with that. Agriculture subsidies, clean energy subsidies are already at the maximum. City farms, maximum. Maternity leave on full pay. Massively helping gender equality, which we want. Minimum wage. Ooh. Now if we raise this from minimum wage is not popular at all with voters. Interesting. Probably becoming less of an issue with because of UBI. Recycling, we could make it universal for a small extra cost. Would help the environment, let's do it. Universal doorstep collection. Gonna boost the environment, we need to look after the environment. Small business grants. It's helping push up GDP. Smart meter program. It's low, but it's very popular. Cost us a bit, but it will improve energy efficiency, environmentalists happy, energy industry less so. Let's go with that. Young entrepreneur scheme is at the max. Competition law is balanced. We could either make it pro small business or pro big business. Let's leave it where it is to be balanced. We want fairness. Worker safety law is high. Let's leave that where it is for now. Rural development grants we've already looked at. Pollution controls are at the maximum. Labour Day bank holiday. People like that. Let's leave that where it is. Compulsory water meters we've maxed out. Youth Politics Council we've maxed out. Technology colleges we've maxed out. State broadcaster is at medium. It's not going to cost us a lot to help fund the BBC a bit more, so improves education, foreign relations, let's do that. Reforestation is at the maximum. Free parenting classes, maximum. Food Standards Agency is high, which is good. We want high standards, definitely. Social Justice Foundation is maxed. Science funding, maxed. We are doing very well on the technological front. Selective schooling. Government has to take a view on whether all the best students can be educated together in the same classroom regardless of ability, or whether it's desirable for the most talented students in their own classes which teach faster, or maybe even have dedicated schools, or we could raise it to subsidise the best schools, to dedicated schools, to neutral. Might keep that one on our radar, selective schooling, to help us fund the state system. Free school meals is high. For quite a low cost we can max it out. Make sure nobody goes hungry, particularly not kids. Let's go with that. Cyberbullying awareness is maximum. Secularity of education. Bitter battleground, science versus religion. So at the moment we have it as secular. Have it as atheist, fundamentalist. Yeah, let's leave that alone at the moment. Abortion law, 2 doctors' approval. Adult education subsidies are maxed out. We are the government of education. Art subsidies. We increase that up to an opera house, won't cost us that much, but would increase foreign relations, liberalism. Yeah, let's go with that. Now we're going artsy. Drug treatment scheme is already at the max. Yeah, let's see where that leaves us. We spent a bit more, so the deficit might have risen. Demand from donor. Punitive tax on superstores. It wasn't actually popular, so no. Flash crash, wow, 30% off GDP. Automated trading's left us really fragile. We've got too much bureaucracy now, great. Tax evasion is possibly going to start happening soon. 94% of the votes. Economy's in recession, we've got a minor deficit of 2.32 billion. Look at that. The amount of GDP, that is horrendous. That is horrendous. Right. What can we do here? Productivity. Social media addiction is not helping productivity, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. They say we're too bureaucratic already. Do we really want it? I've not seen anything though that looks worth cancelling, because they've all got their own purpose. Prisons, prison regime. Have it balanced, gentle, harsh. Balanced seems the right hit. Prisoner tagging. We did change that. Needle exchange program we've got. Police force. Race Discrimination Act is high, which is reducing racial tension. Let's max it out. Why not? We don't want discrimination. Press freedom we've already maxed out. Legal aid helps the poor. Doesn't cost a lot. max that out to get a bit more benefit out of that. Because not everybody has the money, you're right, for legal cases. Gender transition with doctor's agreement, at will, subsidised by the state. Let's leave that where it is at the moment. CCTV cameras are maxed. Community policing. We're probably entering that stage where we've not got a lot to change. We kind of almost want to see how it happens. See what happens. Alcohol law we could raise to 21. Gay marriage. We've set it to be more liberal, but it's very popular with the voters. So we become a more equal society. Let's maximise equality there. Game hunting restrictions. Ring-fenced fees. Intellectual property rights are very high, which helps us protect people so they become more creative. Why not? Boost the technology as well. Yeah, let's see where we're at. Trade agreement. A group of Western countries established an initiative to set up a new trade agreement regulating tariffs, quotas and other trade restrictions. The contract should help prevent emerging countries from catching up. That seems less fair, but our economy is under stress from new players. It's at the expense of global fairness. I think we need to sign the agreement because we need to sort out our economy. And then maybe we can increase foreign aid to help balance it out. What should we do? Let's sign the agreement because the economy took a massive hit recently. Capitalists like foreign relations down, liberals hate it. Right. Dean Scott wants to go unless we get health tax credits. Too expensive. Not where we're going. Internet crime started to dip a bit. Food manufacturer, junk food tax. They've not been happy with that for a long time. Getting more popular. Minor budget deficit of 6.32 billion. We do need to work out how to stop that going back in the wrong direction. Relative GDP has recovered from that flash crash. 22. UBI we would like to put up further, but is it wise at the moment? Let's see where the economy goes. Baking gay cakes. Didn't know a cake could be gay. We've come so far with equality. Cakes can be gay. Oh, bakers owned by a religious couple have been taken to court for discrimination for refusing to create a celebration cake for a same-sex couple. Well, support the same-sex couple. Discrimination is discrimination regardless of religion or any other beliefs. So if you run a business, do it. Liberals are happy, religious less so. New manifesto published on a trade union related website calls for widespread civil unrest at increasing levels of automation. Automation is increasing, but we've done UBI to offset that. %93 popular. We've got a small deficit which we need to tackle at some stage. Is there any big things we can put in? Police drones, not popular. Proportionate fines, not popular. Not really an awful lot that's popular in there. No one wants state-owned things at the moment, which is interesting because we've started creating a society with more state intervention. Financial transaction tax. Economy. Workers' dividends would increase. And trade union restrictions are very popular. At the same time, there is the Luddite riots. Mars program, very popular. Would take unemployment down as well, but it would cost us quite a bit. Limit automated trading. Hits everything, no one wants it, but it's not that massive hit to the economy. But is it worth it for such a thing? Could push equality up even higher. Banning coal is becoming more popular. Ooh. International fusion. Do you know what? Can we increase UBI to stop the problems? Let's try and push it up a bit more again. We don't want to push us too far into deficit, but if we try and increase it again by another 3 billion, pushes wages up in the right direction again, reduces bureaucracy. Let's go with that. And then we could implement something that normally takes a lot but is popular. Mars program. Patriotism increases, state employees increases, unemployment goes down. Let's go with it. It's popular. 7.23 billion. Let's do a Mars observatory at the moment, and we can always see where we go with it. Take unemployment down. Right, let's see where we're at now. Cryptocurrency crash again, thanks. Hit on GDP, tax evasion is nearly upon us, 94%, we've got a small budget deficit. Global economy still in recession, is it? It's coming up again, but I need to go up higher. Should we keep on going? What are we spending money on? Social care is not popular at all, we've seen that before. University grants are really popular. Is there anything we can cut to boost UBI further? Do you know what? Let's see what happens. Housing expansion. Keep the planning restrictions. Let's go with brownfield sites. Let's help the environment. Internet crime is imminent. Teetering on there. Import tariffs they're not happy with. 94% popularity. Minor budget deficit. Not a cause for concern, but we would like to deal with it. Oh, 38 now. Ban low MPG cars. Wouldn't cost us a lot at all, probably because there's not actually many left on the roads. Reduce our CO2 emissions. Has a negative effect on the environment. How? Oil demand goes down. I understand motorists being less happy, but let's go with it. It's popular policy. Hopefully this won't push us into bureaucracy. Environmentalists happy, electric car transition way more. Right to privacy. We don't want to affect GDP at the moment, but the right to privacy is where we want to go. Eco-home regulations. Not popular at all. Giving away money is still popular. Border Navy. Right, no, let's see where we're at now. Power lines. Don't want them built through the villages. We do need them though. There are alternative ways like underground power lines though. Let's do that. Dean Scott wants health tax credits. No, you're not getting them. New party donor to replace the one we lost. Fantastic, 95%. Our popularity staying up there. The deficit is decreasing. Still quite high. We're going to approach 2 trillion again if we're not careful. The global economy is picking up again. Let's see if that helps us start raking in a bit more money. Spouse scandal. Why? I'm surprised not been divorced yet with these scandals. I've had 2 of them now. Tax evasion is getting close. We still remain popular. The cabinet's alright. People are signing up. Budget deficit is decreasing, albeit very slowly. Global economy is picking up though, so we should start noticing our income increasing. Let's leave things as they are for now, I think. We're on to a winner. Single-use plastic ban? Yeah. Let's ban it. Save the environment. Ah. Cancelled our plastic bag tax income. Obviously, 100%. Don't need to tax it anymore. Great. Environmentalists happy. That might be something we can cancel now then. Organ donation still remains popular. Budget deficit's going down a bit. Economic forecasts are looking good globally. So, plastic bag tax now, income. Plastic bag tax is still kind of raking in some money at the moment. I'm guessing that will go soon. We'll keep an eye on that. We are approaching 2 trillion. It feels like we should do something about that. Tax. Carbon tax is probably the way we need to go, to be honest. But it won't actually raise a lot because we've done really well decarbonising the environment. Right. Let's keep going. I think we just need a period of stability. Ministerial resignation. Not another one. Welfare. Who can take over? Oh, Tim Foster, you're up. Poverty is increasing again. Campaign speeches, let's go. Let's help the middle incomers because they are not happy. Capitalists we need to speak to. Socialists are already really happy. We need to speak to the liberals, I'd say. And the wealthy. It's looking good. Good start. Really good. Really good. This is going better and better. Fab! Don't think we could have asked for much more there, to be honest. Overall, really good that. Nice. Deficit is closing down nicely. Global economy is starting to boom. Are we like capped out at 2.4 trillion? Is that like our max? Because we don't seem to be going any higher. Have we broke the economy? Hopefully not. Expenditure. Sorry, income. Plastic bag tax has now disappeared. It's making us 0. Where's our plastic bag tax? There. No income, but it's still costing us. Let's get rid of it. Because it's banned now. Bureaucracy down. Is there any expenditure we can cut? Without touching UBI, because that's our flagship policy. Foreign investor tax breaks. Debt interest, we want to get rid of that. Road building. Could take a bit off road building now, couldn't we, now the problem's eased? But that might be seen as a flip-flop because we've increased it this term. Carbon capture and storage is really helping the environment. Electric cars initiative. Well, wait a second. Haven't we actually banned low MPG cars? Do we need an electric cars initiative? The transition is kind of there, isn't it? Value over time is 100%. Do we really need to incentivise it anymore? Let's cancel it. Although it is really popular with voters, but let's cancel it. Reduce the bureaucracy. Bicycle subsidies, not popular. They don't actually cost us a lot. Agriculture subsidies. Rural development. Nuclear weapons. We can't change them at the moment, even if we wanted to. Biofuel subsidies is really popular. Alright, let's leave it there. Let's see where we're at. Joel Clark isn't happy, he wants a state energy company. Unfortunately, they probably don't want it at the moment. Porn star. Wow, we're not doing well on the fidelity front, are we? Campaign speeches. Let's do a political distraction tactic. Why not? Capitalists. We need to try and maybe get them a bit more on side. The socialists won't mind because they're quite happy. Trade unionists. Conservatives, let's try and make them a little happier and try and balance things out a bit. This is going really well. Oh, that was a disaster. Kind of recovered. Overall above average, I'd say, for that. Right, deficit is down. Does seem like we've peaked. We've got peak GDP. I still want to take UBI further. Anywho. Social care is not popular. We could cancel it. The police are popular. Is the economy still picking up globally? It's kind of there, but that's quite good in recent history. So we're going to need to work out a way that we get that out of here. Bureaucracy is decreasing again. Not been able to tackle the gig economy. The Luddite riots are set to continue. Automation tax will decrease industrial automation. Right, let's do it. Let's go for it. Even though it's not popular at all with the voters, let's go from 38% to 57. That's the way we're going to have to do to fund further changes in UBI, aren't we? It'll get us about an extra 4 billion a quarter, which is not to be sniffed at. Reduce automation. Right, where are we at? Religious symbols in schools. Want to ban it in state schools? No, we're a free democracy. Okay, people need to be able to choose. Don't want to promise anything that we can't keep. Wow, popularity has dropped massively. We've got a small surplus again though. like finishing an electoral term on the surplus. National highways they're not happy with. Let's talk to commuters. Getting close to the elections, so let's big up the bigger areas of society, particularly where we can have a lower negative effect. Good start. Hopefully no massive drop like last time. This is good. Good. Good, even better. Fantastic. That is what you call a successful speech. Smashing. Got a small surplus again, so we've managed to avert getting to 2 trillion in debt again. The global economy levelling off a bit. We're at peak GDP. It would seem. When can the economy not get any bigger? When you're at peak GDP. Right, Luddite riots. Hopefully that's heading down. Right. Let's leave that where it is at the moment. Let's see what happens. Right, so we're at the end of term 4 now. UBI has become a reality. We've got it up as the major policy. We spend more on UBI than anything else. We have cancelled now all the remaining legacy benefits, although people don't seem to be still fully sold on UBI. But let's see how it's affected the polls. We've got more spending than ever. Activist boost is pretty high as well. Let's start the count. Good luck to us. Oh, it's looking positive, but looking closer. We've got 83% of the vote, 68.2%, which is more than last time. Our turnout is very high. The New Right continues to be battered down. They've lost about half the support from the last election. The United Left has increased about 5%. So swallowing up that, and smaller parties having risen continually are now going down into oblivion. So it seems that people are starting to, who don't agree with the government of the New Left, are starting to consolidate around the United Left. But our non-voters are getting less. There are more non-voters of the United Left now than for us, which is a big change from previous elections. Our ministers have a negative impact, probably because they're changing all the time. We remain broadly popular. Religious groups aren't voting for us, trade unionists not so much, conservatives aren't that impressed with us anymore like they were in the first 2 terms. But everything else has stayed pretty solid. The youth certainly like us, capitalists quite like us, motorists, we've done a lot for them, parents, the wealthy, self-employed. There's a lot of disparate groups that we're managing to please at the same time, which is good. Following on from the axing of the state pension replacement with UBI, private pensions continue to increase. Wow, nearly 70%. Currency is getting stronger and stronger. Private housing, this term we did manage to scrap state housing, replace it with UBI, and after we banned second home ownership it felt easier, much more regulated markets. That's up 60%, productivity up over 50%, industrial automation up 50%, although we've taken steps to try and reduce that at the moment. Oil price down 50%, violent crime down 50%. International trade is certainly an area that we definitely need to focus on. Maybe as a way to boost our GDP, which is up 45%. Lifespan, energy efficiency, technology all up, crime down, education up, food price down, travel, plant-based diet, CO2 and illegal immigration down. This is looking all very positive. Equality's going up, wages are going up. Oh, wait. Gender equality is going up. Equality overall was massively down, but we've reduced that deficit by about half than it was at the beginning of the term, which is good. Generational wealth gap as well is decreasing by almost a fifth. Rare earth metal prices, we're getting back under control. It's a big success of this term. High earnings have continued to increase. Corruption down, congestion down. Racial tension has been increasing, but we've managed to peg that back. Poverty down again. Foreign relations up, we managed to hit that into reverse. Healthcare demand is up, but we are making it more accessible. Wonder whether the healthcare demand increase is related to the mental health decrease. We might have to start looking at how we can support that. Tobacco usage down, democracy up, alcohol down, charity is down. That is an effect of UBI. People need less charity now, so working week decrease still, unemployment ups 6%, inflation is more under control, average temperature is getting more under control. More people are emigrating, but it is still negative compared to when we started. The environment's slightly down, but hopefully that's a good springboard to push it the other way in term 5 on a historic 5th term. Lowest approval is now 52%, that's always getting better. Approval up at this top end is 100%. I'm guessing that, I was going to say I guess that's me, but no, it's Courtney Lopez. And where did our decisions take us this time? We did a bit of a dance, but we've ended up, I think we finished near over here before, but we've gone way over to the capitalist, like 100% capitalist, 100% liberal, which is interesting. So that's all for term 4, and I will see you again soon for term 5. See if we can breach that theoretical cap on GDP and increase UBI further. Take care, bye.